Good evening, folks. It is Matt Rogers, Skywatcher, 4th of February 2025. Now, with this broadcast, I'm going to show you some more video evidence of objects very close to the Sun, zoomed in footage, and also the characteristics of other phenomena, asteroids, meteorites, comets, all across the star system. Now, please look very closely at the footage because it's very important towards the Nibiru community. Something is showing up, folks. And again, thank you for subscribing, and also thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. This particular photograph was taken around 3 p.m. of today's skies. Now, indeed, it looks like there is things falling off the Sun. Huge chunks of rock. You can see to the right hand side of this formation of an asteroid or something large, a space rock. Now, this is zoomed straight in towards the right side of the Sun. You can see the characteristics of these other anomaly formations. Again, look at the dust and the ash and also all the space debris surrounding the object of interest. What are we seeing here, folks? A celestial body? The size and formation, the characteristics, looks indeed to be massive. Let me play the video as well. It's only a few shots as well, so I went back to look at the footage because I recorded the Sun for almost 2 hours. Then going back to other parts by zooming in to the area view site where we can see the Sun and also the calculations of it being in the solar system, you can notice clearly that this object is celestial. Let me just show you the capture to this area where we can see the formation. Notice how it's going downwards, but the characteristics show with all the space debris. It is a worrying thought because we know when we see the celestial body, the Sun, and we know these objects that move early morning rise to cover up the Sun and also towards a sunset covering up the Sun. But indeed, when you look at it in this viewpoint, you notice there is huge rock space debris that look like they're falling off the Sun. How could this be, folks? Notice as the object, the celestial object, is falling off our Sun, folks. What could this be again? Could we see a huge planet? Something approaching? Now, the other characteristics about this phenomena is that we're noticing something of a dark object, folks. A dark object shows as well it's past the Sun. Not at the backside of the Sun where we see the anomaly formation lit up like a second Sun. This object now is showing to be like Mercury or other known heavenly bodies in transit in front of the Sun. We've seen a lot of videos and documentaries about this. But definitely when you see and view this phenomena, you can see the characteristics of a dark object now, meaning of this celestial body in front of the Sun. But look at the mess, the trash, things falling upon that planet or something else, as it's showing on this 3,600 year elliptical orbit. It could be Nibiru, folks, causing destruction across our solar system. This was the last capture. I was able to complete the evidence as well. And then all of a sudden after this capture, it just went into a haze, and then we saw the milky skies just clouding up the skies and everything just disappeared. So what phenomena are we seeing here? See, the incredible captures show that the Sun area view site where we see the object, we notice to the left side of the object where we see a fiery object, like things falling off the Sun, solar flares. It is very close to the Sun now, but in front of the Sun. Okay, so I'm going to play it one more time as well for you as well, so you can see each photograph that was taken with the telescope. You can notice it from the start of taking the particular pictures on a sunset, and then you can see it moving across the horizon, just moving downwards as the Sun is setting. Okay, so when the Sun was setting, at the particular viewpoint, around about coming up to 4 p.m, I noticed the characteristics of this object just once more through where we see the space debris. Notice again the red refraction of light mixing with the cloud system, but out there deep in space, folks. Space dust. Now, again, clearly you can see the light refraction of the object. It is celestial, and other characteristics with it, just the top area of the formation. Indeed, we've caught something very interesting here as well using that telescope. I'm hoping you can see this as well, very close as well to the sun. Another object seems to show up, but these objects look as if they are being manipulated by the sun. Again, they're being, like we're seeing explosions towards those heavenly bodies. This area view site, you can see clearly to the center of the this area of something celestial on the video. Notice the red refraction of light. Something again. Even when we show you the picture of interest, you can see to the upper area of the video clip, deepest space. But again, you can see something very clearly showing up to this area, a view site of where we can see the characteristics of a huge second sun. Let me just play this to you as well, please. Sun setting, objects to the right side of where we see the sun, zoomed in with a telescope. Now again, if I use my telescope manually, it will cause problems towards my eyes, so I had to video the footage on automatic to be able to pick up the pictures, and going back to it was very, very shocking, because these objects, let me just show you this. See the object again. It looks like it's being burnt. Again, look how bright the object is. And then it's going down towards the horizon. There seems to be two objects. Very important evidence. I mean, this is very, very detailed. You can see the object indeed looks celestial, but it looks like it's being burnt. Look how much it's glowing now, as if it's passing through the sun. There's another object to this area as well. Two objects, folks. You can see craters and formations on the video evidence. See, when I talk about explosions in space, the meaning of that is, because if you look at this area, we can see the characteristics of the first object to this side. But again, to this side, we're seeing something of another celestial body. Watch at this area view site when I play the video. You can see that this object brightens up like it's exploding. Let me just show you this. As the solar flares are just moving across, let me just show you that. Can you see that? It's exploding. Notice that area view site where we can see our sun sending out the solar flares. Zoomed in footage, folks, and it's exploding. Just very, very important footage. There is definitely something celestial to this area of the video evidence. It's glowing red hot to white hot. Definitely something celestial showing up to where we see the view site of the sun. After this phenomena, when the sun is setting, let me just show you the video where we see those objects of interest exploding, and then everything calms down and disappears as the sun is setting. You notice space debris through those space dusts, and an area as well between us and the sun. Now I went back to the area view site to pick up the phenomena of the same object that you saw as well clearly on the other broadcast. And again, it's there, folks. It's not going anywhere. So as the Earth is rotating at that spot in that time of about 3 a.m. in the morning here in the United Kingdom, we was able to pick up the same object. So indeed, let me just show you this object moving. Let's just go to this point where we can see the phenomena of the formation. A lot of space debris as well, folks. There is a lot of space debris, ash and trash and multiple objects, asteroids. There's an upbeat now of fireballs in our solar system. Dragged in space debris heading towards our solar system. Like I stated, if it was a space rock moving away from us, I wouldn't worry too much, but these objects now becoming more worrying of the size and the formation, the characteristics that they're moving towards us. Still the object is out there, folks, and still we can see it clearly on different pieces of evidence. The telescope is doing its job now. Like I stated on the other video, we're seeing the formations. Again, talking about the last video, this piece of evidence was taken just a bit later on, about an hour after picking up the actual footage of the space object. And I want to play it for you as well, in real time, by calculating, again, the importance, by not pausing the video, to show you exactly how this object moves. Please take a look at what we're seeing here. It is very important to the community. I'm going to play the video for you. Notice how it's tumbling through space. Now, that is very important of what we're viewing on the screen here. We could again be seeing Wormwood Star, Planet X, Nibiru, something heading towards us. Now the reason why I speak of this is because as it's tumbling through space, the coordinations of the object show as well of the Earth to the object. The calculations of its orbit is getting very close. Now we speak of the keyhole that is thousands of miles above the Earth's atmosphere, that is 600 miles wide. If this object gets through the keyhole, it will cause a big destruction towards our world. It needs to be said, because clearly the establishment are not saying anything about this intruder that's being shown on screen, that we can see towards the further reaches of our solar system. Now again, the calculations could be millions upon millions of astronomical units away. Again, speaking in terms like that, it is a stone throw away in astronomical terms. But folks, this object that we're seeing on the screen now is definitely going to be some sort of flyby in our foreseeable future. But like I stated, if it hits through the keyhole of our world, we're going to see some strange sightings through the skies, and it's going to hit, folks. Seriously. Because the subject about Nibiru, Planet X, is a very serious, very understanding, important subject. Something moving through space. I'm going to keep an eye on this formation as much as I possibly can, because the formation is out there. Okay, now when I started studying the formations of interest that we just saw on the screen, it got even more worrying, folks, because the shocking truth is there is 4 of these formations, not just 2, not just 3, but 4 objects of interest. These 4 objects definitely seem to be moving towards us. You can see them. They're coming, folks. You notice the blue shift of light, the colour, heading towards us. 4 objects. Now indeed as well, that is worrying, isn't it? It worried me too, but indeed as well, by showing the characteristics on the video, 4 objects. But again, they could be very small fireballs, or we could be seeing a massive fleet of asteroids or comets or something heading towards the Earth. Okay, I just want to show you this, it's very important. This is the 3rd and the 4th object, where we saw the 2 other objects on the other video, and also this video of new footage that I was able to reproduce and show you as well the characteristics as we took other videos, new videos of that night, early hours of the morning. Now indeed what we're seeing here is the 3rd object. Look at the space debris, folks, and the wings, the blue refraction of light and the space body. Now, showing you Fourth object. Look how the characteristics move. Look how these objects moves. Tumbling through space. Look at the space debris. I mean, if these are coming to our world, these huge objects on this 3,600 year elliptical orbit, moving through space like planets, moving like comets, what would happen, folks? Just something else very interesting showing up on the screen. I was also very noticeable, as you can see on the screen, to be able to pick up 3 objects. Now, this is pointing west at 2 AM of yesterday. Now, again, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm trying to get rid of the cold, so I've been taking some lens zips to be able to clear that, so I can be much more clearer. I've been out using the telescope, so the cold weather here in the northern hemisphere in the United Kingdom can bring on a bit of a cold when spending 3 to 4 hours observing the heavens. Again, when the summer season comes, it's going to be better for me to be able to channel the inputs by zooming up towards the heavens, as it's going to be warmer to be able to carry on with the observations. But I will keep going and keep showing. As we can now see, pointing towards west, showing up some more phenomena, but indeed we can see characteristics out there towards the further reaches of our solar system. Objects again showing this red refraction of light, like fireballs in space, with the space debris surrounding it. Let me just show you this as well by showing the evidence that was picked up of 3 objects moving downwards through space. Let me just show you to the left hand side. You can see clearly the fireball that had been picked up. Something very interesting here, folks. All we can do is just keep trying and keep explaining and showing the photography, using other technology as well with the computer, and noticing something. We could see some green ball of fire in space. Let me just show you this as well. Like a huge comet, but it was in green of colour. A very fiery object indeed. Let me just show you this as well. On the video clip that was taken early hours of the morning of yesterday. Can you see that? Just moving through space. I mean, what could this be, what you're seeing on the screen? Let me just take the screen down just at a pace there so we can see the characteristics of the formation. Another object again, moving through space. Now, we know about the solar flare activity. We know about how the sun shows up the cycles, and also there is an upbeat in a lot of solar flares, and also our world as well. Indeed, where we can see the characteristics of the magnetic fields, and again, the magnetosphere. Something again of these objects moving through space, our solar system. There has been a big change, and we're seeing far too much fireballs, objects, but they are heading towards us, folks. This is very worrying. Here we can see another formation, a smaller object moving through the inner solar system, a clear photograph. You can see the curvature of the space debris just behind it. Again, you can see the shape of formation. What is it, folks? Please again leave a message below the video what you think this is. Fascinating captures. With the formation, it seems to jump. Let me just play this for you, the 2 to 3 clips, how it changes and jumps. Something, again, very, very strange, appearing through where we can see the inner solar system now. Again, when I zoom into formations just like this we can see witnessed on the screen, It is so overwhelming because indeed I know the community are going to take a deep interest in these captures, because almost at that sudden point, by checking those pictures out, you always get a gut feeling, as indeed I told you so, because the objects and formations are heading, like I stated as well, coming towards us. Now, like this object where we can see pictured on the screen, it looks like a fiery dragon. Now, I spoke about on the other particular piece of evidence as well, from the other video, that it looks indeed like an object, the blue Kachina. See, there's many objects in different colours spread out to different areas of our solar system, the formations. I think it's about time that the establishment start to show these pictures, because other people, the public, need to be aware of this. And indeed, it could be time to prepare for a coming cataclysm, an event. Because indeed here at Ground Zero, of these space intruders that could be miles upon miles in length and width, heading into our solar system, that are affecting other known heavenly bodies' orbits, that could be causing changes towards our world. Something needs to be told. Let me just zoom into the formation as well for you. It does look very, very interesting. Again, what we need to do as well, I'm working on it as we speak through different broadcasts of the calculations of a distance to how far away these objects are. These need to be seen, folks, because they are out there. Something needs to be said. Earlier hours of yesterday morning as well, at 2 a.m, I could see some very interesting formations. Again, other people towards Ground Zero would expect and see by looking at and glancing at the skies early hours of the morning, and just looking at it, indeed looked like small stars. But the characteristics and the formations, when zooming in with the lenses, you can clearly see the formations and the objects do not look like stars. Just moving through space, deep to this area where we can see the characteristics of space, you notice the stars in the background. The capture is absolutely amazing. It just shows without a shadow of a doubt that something is being sighted. Very important captures. What are they? This particular picture is even more fascinating. The further reach of our solar system, noticing as the telescope and the lens reaches out even further to picking up other small bodies, planets, objects, solar systems. Noticeable as well to this side of the area view side of the picture, you can see a huge celestial body. Notice the space debris and space dust way out there. Notice the smaller objects, which indeed could be suns, that carries and orbits other smaller planets. Absolutely fascinating to see these. This is something that we need to notice now, something that I will carry on showing you. It is absolutely outstanding, noticing something that is so unusual, and indeed, for the first time, these objects have been noticed. A picture taken at 1 a.m. on the 3rd of February of 2025. Now this capture, again taken north. Now this indeed looks like, towards our solar system, a large celestial body. But indeed, when you look at the characteristics of the smaller bodies, the smaller object, celestial objects, you can see to the larger celestial body, space debris, a huge area view sites where we see this space dust behind it. This is a very interesting picture. Indeed, it could be a rogue planet or some kind of phenomena that we could be seeing Nibiru Planet X. Please remember as well, it's so important that the further reaches we go into our solar system and reach out towards the asteroid belt, the pictures are going to be even more blurred out, but we still start to see the characteristics of the formations, the colours, and also the space dust. Notice to the centre of the screen where we can see the characteristics of a planet or a star. Notice the space debris to either side, other planets and smaller bodies. Notice this haze as well to the right hand side. Refractions of light, refractions of dust, space debris showing up on the screen. What we're seeing here is east and around about 10:15 in the evening. Again, think about it. This picture could even be billions and billions of kilometers away from our home, the Earth. As we keep zooming and identifying objects of interest in the cosmos, notice how we notice again planets, objects. More phenomena, folks, more phenomena of space objects, planets again, suns, other mini solar systems. Again, I must thank everybody for watching this video. I have a passion to show pictures by using the telescope, and I will always come back to you to show up more and more evidence. Thank you for watching this video as well. I'm going to try and get better with this cold I've got. And again, I hope that everybody is doing well. And to the new people that have subscribed to the channel, I must thank you as well, because more and more people need to see these visuals of space, the solar system, objects, to the further reaches. Please have a fantastic evening wherever you are across the world. From Matt Rogers.